welcome to this special edition of Personals with Larry. We want to say thank you for your viewing loyalty. We're to you on this platform. We strive to get the best content from this part of the world across to Nigerians and Africans in diaspora. We are very privileged to also let you know that this program is being powered by Zillennium. Zillennium are property development business, and of course they've been doing well at that in Nigeria. They have been able to give Nigerians in the diaspora a platform whereby you can own a home at next to nothing. If you want to tap into their promotional deals, you need to call the number on the screen right now, and of course they'll be able to answer all your questions relating to having a home at home for residents, or you want to be an investor in real estate. You need to get in touch with them right now because they have a special promotional offer going on at the moment. We have quite a lot of package for you this week. I've got a couple of people, lovely guests in the house, and we're talking about Nigeria, the country itself. We're taking out from our true is our federalism, and we're going to be taking on a very special guest on the first segment of the show. She's going to be talking about what she feels about their country. She's been on this platform for a couple of times, and she's been good at that, giving us her opinion about Nigeria. She's a very passionate Nigerian, and she wants to talk about her country because she loves her country. Elishama Ide, live in the building. How are you, mother?
I'm blessed. It's so nice to be with you again today, Larry.
Yeah, as usual.
Always, I'm always excited when I have to come to your set.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes.
It's Personals with Larry, and a very good program for you, love diaspora audience. They love to watch it all the time.
Oh, great. I'm happy to hear that.
Let's talk about our country, Nigeria. Yeah. There are a whole lot going out there. We have 1 year of President Muhammadu Buhari on top of the leadership of the country. And a lot of things have happened within this first 1 year. Very short period, though. People are agitating for true federalism. There is no enough money to go to the states again, and the states are not generating enough revenue to run their states. Okay, now our over dependence of oil has cost us this much. There has been agitations for self-determination. You've seen lately the Avengers from the South region, and
going up all the oil pipelines.
Pipelines, and even up to last night. And this is very, very, very very bad for the country at this moment, because I don't think we need that now.
Our economy is already so bad as it is.
So,
with all of that development, it's going to make it even worse.
So if you look at all that playing out now, do you think true federalism is the way out?
Yeah, if we can be able to operate on that level. But you and I know that what we are presently seeing in Nigeria, if we have to judge in this past 1 year, we are not experiencing anything about true federalism. But to curb the agitation of the people, if the president and the leadership can actually come to a round table and be fair and let true federalism take place in Nigeria, it will curb a lot of agitations.
Yeah, but we had the president just on the Ramadan speech, he came out to say the unity of Nigeria is sacrosanct. You cannot toy with it. Whether you are an Avenger or Boko Haram, whatever, unity of Nigeria is paramount and is key.
But Larry, the thing is, I'm so sorry to say this, but a lot of things that our leaders are saying does not match with their actions. They tell us so many things, they make so many promises, but when it comes to executing those words and those promises, we are not seeing it the way they have said it. So it's going to be hard for people to just take their words for it. We want to see action. We want to see them actually actualize, what they are saying. Their words are not matching up with their actions. So for people like me and a whole lot of Nigerians, we don't really believe them anymore.
So you made a lot of sacrifice for Nigeria, and you expect Nigeria to,
to
make sacrifices for
we were in a town hall meeting, and the Minister of State for Petroleum and Alhaji Lai Mohammed were all together, and a lot of, they tried to explain to us why they had to take off the subsidy on oil and all of that. Yes, they gave a lot of explanation to the learned man, to an average Nigerian that can cope with what is happening, it makes sense. But I had to come from another angle that there's still yet a group of people that you people have not put into consideration in all of these things you are doing. And those are the grassroots, the poor, the masses. And you know, the irony of all of these things is that when it is time for campaign period, Larry, it is these same grassroots people that all the parties go to. You will see them, they will go to the market people, they will go to the alata, they will go to the people selling meat, they will go to people selling corn on the roadside, they will eat their corn, they will take pictures with them just for publicity stunts and all of this to show that they have the interests of the masses at heart. And at the end of the day, when they come in and they make policies, the first people these policies affect are such groups of people. I have been ministering to the poor and the needy for the past 17 years of my ministry. And you know, when we're in that town hall meeting, what I asked them is that, okay, you said you have grand plans for Nigeria. It's okay to have grand plans. It's okay to be telling Nigerians that you are planning a big change, a grandeur plans. But again, what are the palliatives you put into place, you know, to be a sort of a comfort zone for this level of people, especially the ones that help you do the, you know, groundwork, which are the grassroots people? What have you put into place to just cushion them in all of this? They have no plans. They have no plans. And let me tell you something, and I would say it in the little area that I try to effect a change in the community and in the nation. We go out there to the needy, to the destitute, to the homeless, to the you know, to the abandoned, and we go there to them with a message of hope. We want to change your life. That is the message we take there. The message of the gospel. We want to change your life. We want to give you a better life. These people are out there hungry. They are destitute. They are naked. I cannot begin to tell them, Jesus sent me to you, without first taking care of their immediate needs. Because if you do not put a system in place to arrest their immediate need, they are not going to listen to you no matter what grand plans you have for their future.
But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You're a woman, and of course a role model to a lot of women out there. Looking at the state of poverty in Nigeria now, whereby people deposit their children for a pot of soup and a bag of gari or a bag of rice. Yeah. How do you feel as a woman? How does this concern you? What does it make you feel?
It's disheartening. It's painful. You know, even in that town hall meeting, I mentioned a situation, even in my own present home, as of, you know, a lot of people are going through a lot of excruciating situations in their finances right now. Just like you said, they go out, put anything down just to be able to have a meal. But you see, what is painful to Nigerians is that our leaders are asking us to make sacrifices. Make sacrifices so that we can have a better tomorrow. But we are not seeing them making sacrifices.
Okay.
We are not seeing them making sacrifices. If we see that they are also making sacrifices, then we'll be able to say, okay, yes, they are leading by examples, but they are not doing all of that. I had a situation in my own home some time ago, in all of this situation that developed in Nigeria, that I was owing my house help, a widow and 3 children. I was owing her like a month plus salary. And of course, I had enough food in my house to be able to cushion myself and my little girl that is still at home. But I will be a very wicked woman when she will come and work for me and cook my meals, and I'll tell her, you know, don't worry, I have great plans for you. Just cook the meal for me and my children. As soon as I have money, I'll give to you. That is not a sign of leadership. I had to make sure that I shared what I had at that present time to meet our needs and the needs of our children. That way, she's so happy doing her job, waiting for the time. Okay. You know, these are the realistic. We have to be realistic in Nigeria now. These people are not. They don't have the, you know, compassion of the people at heart. You are telling us make sacrifices. What sacrifices are they making? Okay. Their salaries are increasing every day. Their benefits and everything they are demanding to live a comfortable lifestyle for themselves. You know, at the detriment of Nigerian people suffering. That is not good enough, Larry.
But you voted them into power.
I didn't vote them into power. I was among the people that I just felt something was wrong with this change agenda. I could feel it in my spirit. It was a vendetta kind of move, as far as I could. Well, if I have to talk on the apostolic level, by the reason of my, you know, national mantle call onto the nations, I didn't feel right with it, and immediately all these things started manifesting.
Okay. Let's look at the issue of SERAP now. SERAP is a civil society organization. Yeah. They are dragging 11 governors to the International Criminal Court just because they felt that not being able to pay salaries is a sin that shouldn't be encouraged at all. But the states are saying, look, the federal is not giving us enough. We don't have enough coming. So do we pay salaries? How will this affect our social development in the country?
You see, if I have to come into that angle, we also have to blame some of our states' leaders also. Every state should be able to generate some kind of income for themselves. And if we have to go with the past records that we have in Nigeria, they always have allocations for each state. Have we sat down to ask, have we sat down to ask all of this governance, all of these leaders, what they do with those votes and allocation? What did they use it for? What did they spend it for? How did they pump it back into the states? They are always making a demand from the federal. But what have they done with the ones they have given to them? Apart from what the federal is giving to them, are they generating funds, incomes for their states? That is one kudos I will give to Lagos State government. They try in every way to generate a lot of funds to keep the state going. We have our issues in Lagos State also, but I will give it to them that they do a lot of drive to generate funds for their state. And I think each state has something that they can actually push and begin to generate funds for themselves. Totally, I will not support them 100% in that area.
Okay, let's look at the economy and the country as a whole now, because we've seen a lot of corruption cases by the FCC, and the opposition and some elder statesmen are saying, look, face the economy, go a little bit down on corruption, because you know, we have not been able to see what we've done so far.
Yeah.
The government promised to name the looters. Unfortunately, nothing has come up, and people are saying, why are we fighting corruption? Do you feel the fight for corruption it's in good cause?
It's not in good cause. It's a good thing to want to fight corruption. We have all identified in Nigeria that is one of our biggest problems. Just like any major countries in the world have a major issue that they are battling in their system. And it was a good thing, you know, that our president came in with that zeal to fight corruption. But the way they are going about it is totally wrong. You cannot just face one angle, you know, with a lot of things that we are experiencing as a nation and as a people. You just face only corruption. What about all the other segments of, you know, of the economy? And to tell you the truth, the fight for corruption is not going to gain ground the way it's going, because all we are seeing is that it's only the opposition that they are picking up for corruption. That is not right. There should be a fairness, equity, and justice when you are talking about the law. That is why the law has the woman that is blindfolded and she has a scale in her hands, which is balanced. And if the people are not seeing it to be so, then the fight for corruption is only a charade to just distract us from so many things that has to be done for us as a nation and as a people.
But so far, the people that have been in the books now of the FCC, I've been able to say, look, yes, we collected money, but we didn't know the source of the money. Does that relate to the fact that they are corrupt?
From the angle I've been following so far, at least let me take the case of Olisa Metu and Fani Kayode. These people said their former boss, the former president of Nigeria, gave them campaign funds. It was supposed to be campaign funds. I'm not saying there's not an iota of corruption there, but if we have to follow what they said, it was campaign funds they were given in the course of their duty to meet some demands concerning the campaign season. We all know as Nigerians, do not let us deceive ourselves. Almost the two major parties, both APC and PDP, where their campaigns were funded by government money. We all know, it's on record, we can see it, we are not fools. And the people, the major leaders in all of this party, both parties, I mean, it was cross-carpeting. The people that were in PDP were the ones that cross-carpeted to APC. And it's still the same ball game rolling. So if you really, really want to investigate that aspect of corruption, to say where did they get money to fund their campaign, then we should go to the other side also. So let us do these things fair and just. Let us be realistic about all of these things. Let us really do it the way it ought to be done. Then we know we are fighting corruption.
Okay. Do you think creation of more states in this time of
we don't need that now.
Economy is a way?
No,
because we've seen a lot of people representing us at the National Assembly saying that people are demanding for more states.
Why should they be demanding for more states? The states that we have they been able to take care of the states? What have they done? What have we been able to achieve with all the extra states that we have? For me, as a Nigerian and an advocate, in all of these national issues, I don't think creating more states it will even compound our situations right now.
Fantastic. You've been an activist, well known in Nigeria, of course, for the cause of women and the downtrodden and widows.
Yeah.
You've been doing that all alone by yourself.
Yeah.
How have you been able to fund it, and what was the motive behind that?
Well, the motive is actually, first and foremost, I'm a called minister of the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ. And in my office, the first thing that we are taught and the first thing that we know about Jesus is his love for humanity. And he called me into this particular area of ministry to minister to the needy, to have compassion to the category of people that are easily marginalized. Those are the widows, the orphans, the destitutes, the homeless, the abandoned, drug addicts, all such categories of people. So it is in the course of my work with the Lord that I received this calling. And it is something I've been doing sacrificially. Larry, I've sold homes, personal properties. I've sold my cars just to be able to take care of needy people, just to be able to make sure that they have food on their table. Right now, presently, it is not something I am just using mouth to say. If you come to my ministry once every month, I feed nothing less than 150 widows and needy people. They carry packs of food away every month, not to talk of the ones that come in to make demands every day. Under, one umbrella of my ministry, CITEM, Christ the Ever-Present Ministry. This is something that is inborn in me. It is what the Lord has trained me to do for 17 years. It is what I have been doing. I am an authority in the area of love and compassion. And I've been doing it without wanting anything back. Anybody that sees the work we are doing, they go out of their way to come and support. But I've been doing it with love for humanity. So it is something that is natural with me. So, in our country right now, for us to be able to have a change in the system, we must have people that have the fear of God and the love of humanity. Without that, all these things that we are seeing will continue for a long, long time.
Okay. If you are lucky to be in the position or on the saddle of power today, what are the things you think you can do to make it right?
If I'm blessed enough, and I believe I am, and if I'm given the opportunity, or when I am given the opportunity, true love for humanity is already battered in my spirit.
Okay, I'll leave that to when we come back for a break. Viewers, it's been an interesting discourse. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
What kind of house or area do you dream of living in? Have you considered living in Green City? A gated community with paved roads and greenery, a comfortable suburban neighborhood, with a serene environment and with private parking spaces, 24-hour security and electricity. Isn't that the dream right now? Well, with Green City Sherry, here's a dream you can afford. Green City Sherry offers quality residential accommodation at affordable prices. So whether you're single, starting a family, relocating to a better environment, retired, or an investor, we have a home for you. Get your beautiful flats and townhouses from as low as 14.9 million naira at Green City Sherry. For more information, contact us on 0812-994-0746 or 0812-994-0747. Think home, think Green City.
Welcome back to the program. Still have Evangelist Elishama Ide. We're talking about true federalism or not, and of course, other issues relating to the country, Nigeria, where we live right now. She's been talking about what she will do if she's lucky to be on the saddle of power. Let's say you are.
Yeah, I was telling you, I said first and foremost, to show love is natural to me. To give is a natural thing to me. To reach out to the poor is something I've been doing effortlessly for 17 years. So my first, if I'm given such an opportunity, is to see how we can alleviate the suffering of the people. Because you cannot come in and say you want to give the people a change, you have planning a great future for them, but what is going to help them presently? Just like I was trying to explain earlier on, in the way I operate with such categories of people. We go out there on the street, they are homeless, they are abandoned. Yes, we have plans for them, but we take it one step at a time. But the first thing we do is what we affect them directly, what they can experience concerning their situation, which is they are out there on the street, they don't have food, they don't even know where the next meal is going to come from. So we put in, a palliative in place to first take care of them, clean them up in their destitution, and make sure that area is first taken care of. Then the next thing is first aid, which is medical. First, you take care of the need of the people, which is food. Food is very important for the people. You first make that plan, then medicals, We see our leaders flying all over the place. They leave this country, they go with millions and millions of the state funds to go and take care of themselves. They can pump that money back into the system to build, an establishment, a clinic or hospital that will be able to meet the demand of their medical needs. But they still take our money out and fly out. So all of those things will be addressed immediately. Then thirdly, housing. Because housing is very important to any human being. That is why you will see developed countries like in the United Kingdom or in the United States, you will never see a woman that has a child in her hand, except she does not know what to do, she's mentally imbalanced, or she doesn't know what offers they have for her. You will never see them on the streets. Even if they are so irresponsible, the government will come in and take those children for them to make sure that they have accommodation over their heads. So the first thing is food, the next thing is medical, the third thing is housing. Then before you start talking of rehabilitation, there are a lot of rehabilitation that has to go on in the system. Overhaul the whole system with this corruption issue. So what the government is doing now should actually be number 4 on their list. That is just the truth. If they want to make an impact on the people and make the people to be patient with them, to listen to them, the rehabilitation, what they are doing, the corruption falls under rehabilitation. And that is the first thing they are doing, which is very wrong. You have not done anything from everything you said you have recovered for the people to feel your impact directly. The government is for the people. You are not going to be saying you are planning, and it is not affecting the people directly.
Okay, let me ask you this, and
yes.
I don't want to put you on spot, but I do need to ask you.
Yeah, sure.
What do you feel about this government? 1 year so far.
I will tell you from my own opinion as a Nigerian, they've done nothing.
Why is that? Why are you saying that?
All they've done is witch hunting.
Are you being partisan?
No, and it has nothing to do with politics. Everybody that knows me, that I've been following my commission and my apostolic assignment concerning the nation, knows I'm not partisan. I'm just telling it the way it is, the reality of what it is. They have good intentions, but they are not going about it the right way.
Do you think the next 3 years is going to be rosy, or is it going to be...
If we have to judge with this,
be rough?
If we have to judge with this 1 year, I pray it will not get rougher. I'm always an optimistic person because I'm a believer. And I'm a prayer person, and I'm a minister of the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ that keeps speaking of hope. So I'm trusting God. I'm among the people praying that it will not get rougher.
Okay.
But we have not seen any sign to encourage us so far.
So far. Okay. Back in the days when we had really regional government, it was better than what we have now. But people are still saying that if we revert back, people will still take state funds and take it out. There will be corrupt tendency, even more bigger than what we have now. Do you believe in that?
The thing is that it's like dealing with two devils, really. The past administration had its own issues, but they laid down good plans that I feel this present government should have flowed with. They had good structures in place. They had problems with, the wrong, like corruption and all of that, but they had solid structures, if we have to give it to them. And I think this government came in with a mind of like trying to tear down all the former administration structures, and that is what actually got them into a lot of trouble, if we have to be realistic. A lot of structures that they tore down as soon as they came in drew the country back a little bit. They should have built on those structures and, keep running with them, and it will make us kick off faster. Now it has taken us,
But the funds are not there. They're challenged, they're handicapped. What do you want them to do in a situation where there's no money? We just had the budget not too long ago.
But Larry, we've been hearing that they've been recovering billions of dollars, billions of money, billions of naira. Where is it going to? Can we just be truthful with ourselves as Nigerians for once? Even different groups came in, some of the people that they hired to help them trace this money, some of them came on air to say the amount that they are saying that they got is not what they helped them to recover. And some amounts are not accounted for. So we are really confused as a people. We don't know what is the truth anymore.
Time is on our side. It's good to have you on set, but let's have your final word. Because a lot of Nigerians, they love their country. They're passionate. They want to come back home. They want to put their best to help the country move forward. But the fear of the unknown is always the case with them.
But you see, there's a case of unknown anywhere you are all over the world. There's serious depression, economic recession all over the world right now. We have a lot of great Nigerians in the diaspora, and I believe God sent them there to prepare them to come back home for such a time like this, so that what they have learned out there, they can come and put it back into the system. They're not going to be second-class citizens in another man's country forever. But the system
just got to be right.
Yeah, they don't have to wait. Nothing. You see, it's like saying, I won't get married until I have money. Then you will never get married or you never have children. You have to start somewhere. You have to be able to come and, be ready to make sacrifices. Come to your nation and help us to make sacrifices. If the good people are running away, who is going to build this nation? That is why people like me are coming up and speaking up right now. And I have the confidence to want to just, plunge myself into, an unknown situation in the country. Just because I want a change. I want a new Nigeria to emerge. So Nigerians out there, don't give up on our nation. We don't have any other one. Let us all come together and build this nation together. Bring your resources. Bring your, your knowledge that you have. Bring everything that you have acquired out there. Come, let us build Nigeria together and make it a great nation.
Fantastic. For a lot of people who want to believe in your words of hope right now, how can they get in touch with you, just in case they want to?
You can, I'm on all the social media page. You can check Elisha Maide or Evangelist Elisha Maide, or on all just type out my name. It will come up on Google, and you can send me a mail in iderosemary@gmail.com.
Yeah, once a big thank you for
giving
us this
so
order.
much.
As always, we always like to have it said, talking about state issues and some issues that have to do with governance and our economy in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Larry. It's always a delight to just share some of these things with you.
Yeah,
I'm glad. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, viewers. That's Elisha Maide. She's a social activist. She's actually a role model to a lot of women, and then she's been doing very great thing. NGO has been fast rising in Nigeria, and she's also a voice of change right here. We have a lot of other package. It is Personality, Larry. Keep watching.
What kind of house or area do you dream of living in? Have you considered living in Green City? A gated community with paved roads and greenery, a comfortable suburban neighborhood, with a serene environment and with private parking spaces? 24-hour security and electricity? Isn't that the dream right now? Well, with Green City Sherry, here's a dream you can afford. Green City Sherry offers quality residential accommodation at affordable prices. So whether you're single, starting a family, relocating to a better environment, retired, or an investor, we have a home for you. Get your beautiful flats and townhouses from as low as 14.9 million naira at Green City Sherry. For more information, contact us on 0812-994-0746 or 0812-994-0747. Think home, think Green City.
Welcome back to this segment. I first want to say thank you for your viewing loyalty on Personality with Larry every Saturday on this platform. This is how we do it, showcasing the best of this world to where you live in the diaspora. And of course, today we are very delighted to have a special guest in the house. During the week, we've had quite a lot of calls to Nigeria asking about the state of one of the foremost bank here, and this has generated a lot of ulabalu, I can say, within the financial sector of Nigeria. CBN just took over the management of Skybank in Nigeria due to liquidity issues. And of course, I do know that a lot of Nigerian diaspora do have a bank account or have got something to do with Skybank in Nigeria. I've got a financial expert in the house, and we're going to be talking about how that can affect you if you're a depositor or a banker at that particular bank. But overall, there's no cause for alarm, no cause for rushing or whatever. Don't feel bad about it. It's all on the CBN's control now, and your money is as good as saved. We're going to be talking about that now. Don't forget, Personalis Larry is being powered by Zillennium Homes. That is Zillennium Homes for Nigerians in the diaspora. It's an ample opportunity for you to tap into that and get on to call them so that you can have a home at home. I'll be right back with my guests. Don't go away.
What kind of house or area do you dream of living in? Have you considered living in Green City? A gated community with paved roads and greenery, a comfortable suburban neighborhood, with a serene environment and with private parking spaces? 24-hour security and electricity? Isn't that the dream right now? Well, with Green City Sherry, here's a dream you can afford. Green City Sherry offers quality residential accommodation at affordable prices. So whether you're single, starting a family, relocating to a better environment, retired, or an investor, we have a home for you. Get your beautiful flats and townhouses from as low as 14.9 million naira at Green City Sherry. For more information, contact us on 0812-994-0746 or 0812-994-0747. Think home, think Green City.
It's a pleasure to have you in the studio, live in our studios in Lagos. Bolu Ibrahim, financial expert. How are you today?
Very well.
Let's talk about the CBN intervention in the banking sector now. There has always been this in the rumor mill that a couple of banks in Nigeria are having liquidity issue. And of course, for CBN to intervene in this issue, concerning Skybank, that means something is actually wrong.
Okay.
And, up to now, we haven't seen their auditor report for the year.
Okay.
So a lot of depositors are a lot concerned about what is really happening. If this kind of issue do happen, most especially to Nigeria in the diaspora, what should they be doing right now?
First of all, there is no cause for alarm. There is no need to panic right now. The CBN has put in place some preventive measures to help salvage the situations before they happen. So the CBN has put in place some tests in place to see if a bank is healthy enough to continue business. And if they are not good enough, the CBN steps in, help them stabilize the situation before they give it back to them. Now, the situation is the people in diaspora need not to panic because CBN is in the helm of affairs. Skybank is a strong bank. What happened was they showed signs of going into distress, which CBN came to help salvage the situation.
Okay, so, they've come with assurances that depositors will not lose their funds.
Yeah.
Would that be enough for people who just think, oh, it has happened several times in Nigeria,
Okay.
hope it won't happen again?
The issue is everywhere around the world, financial organizations face distresses. So the issue is we in Nigeria here should not panic. It's a natural phenomenon that happens everywhere. CBN has made sure that ever since the 2009 financial crisis, the banking sector are carrying out a financial stress test to help salvage the situation. It is more of a preventive measure than of a curative one. So the situation right now is Skybank is a strong bank. Things are going on fine. The depositor need not panic. And the bank is doing very well.
Okay, fantastic. Will it be right for CBN to take over the management?
Yeah.
Because it's a shareholding company.
Yeah.
What
The CBN is stepping in because there's an agreement. Whenever a bank is showing signs of distress, the CBN comes in as a mother body to help stabilize the situation. So it's very all right for CBN to take over.
That means everything is well. People don't have to panic, and
Yeah,
everything is just
panic.
in control. Just like they've come out to make a statement a couple of days back that people should not panic.
Yeah.
And now that it's under a new management, what do you think they'll be doing right now?
They will try to help clear the records. They've given out a lot of bad debt, which is not healthy for a bank. Now what they do is they will go and get their funds back from the debtors and see if there are any loopholes in the system to help stabilize it. Okay. So there's no stress, there's no distress at all.
Okay. Now there's a new management at the bank. That means the bank is going to stabilize and get it better.
Yes.
What about the rumor mill that some other banks are also going in this kind of direction? Do you believe that?
Yeah. Yes. It is not just directed to Skybank alone. Other banks too are showing symptoms of not having good management. So Skybank do not just step in. They give them time. Central Bank don't just step in. They give them time to see if they can work on their loopholes. Then if they are not giving them good reports, they step in to help salvage. So there are still other banks that are still on the watch of CBN.
Okay, well, if this kind of situation happen in the banking sector,
Yeah.
and people just want to go there and take their deposit out,
Right.
how will it affect the economy of the country and, of course, the Central Bank of Nigeria?
Yeah, that is called a panic withdrawal, and it's not healthy for any system. The truth be told, no bank anywhere in the world can withstand a panic withdrawal. It means everybody wants to take their funds out, which is not feasible. So what the people need to do is, or what Skybank needs to do is try to enlighten the people more on the situation at ground, what CBN is actually doing for them, and the need for not people to panic at all. So there's no need for people to panic.
Okay, fine. Let's look at Nigeria now, the economy and the financial sector.
Right.
We've been struggling because the price of oil have fallen.
Okay.
And of course, it has not been so well like it was, 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
We cannot access forex like we used to do. A lot of people cannot travel again.
Right.
A lot of people cannot do business. They cannot access forex. A lot of people cannot pay their children's school fees who are abroad. What does it mean to the economy?
Yeah. The financial health of the banking system has a lot to do with the financial health of the economy of a country. So if the financial health of the financial sector is not strong, the economy is not strong. Now, we have an economy that is just based on the oil sector. Now we need to diversify. This will help stabilize the economy. When you depend on one source of income, as soon as something happens to that source of income, then the economy begins to falter. But when you have other sources to rely on, when one is weak, then others can help salvage the situation. So what we should do is we should try diversify the economy into other sectors. And the banking sector is doing very fine. Help the CBN, empower them to be able to regulate and be able to have strict measures to help salvage banks when they go into stress.
Okay, what's your feel about the CBN forex policy, the new forex policy? Even at so, we cannot still buy the basic travel allowance at the bank.
Okay.
The forex is scarce.
Okay.
Now, as of today, a dollar is going for about 350 and a pound sterling 450. That is heavy. It calls for a lot of questions. Yeah. So what do you feel? Because people cannot travel again. A lot of the airlines are moving out of Nigeria. In case of Emirates, just about a week ago, and others are following suit. What would that mean to the overall growth of Nigeria's economy?
All right. The problem at hand has been a problem that has been happening for a very long time. Now, we can't just have a swift change or a swift response. Change is a gradual process. Now, what the CBN is doing, there's an internal restructuring to help the financial system gain its feet. So what the CBN is doing right now is there's a restructuring going on to help stabilize the financial situation in the country. So right now we might have some form of distresses or not too appealing situations, but in a short while, when CBN is through or done, they would apply these rules and regulations and things will be okay. So the financial system is looking towards a boost.
Okay, what do you feel about financial ministry? Are we doing very well?
The financial ministry is doing very well with the new overhauling and bringing of new ideas, new regulations. The financial system is doing very fine.
And you think we're going to have even if they have to recapitalize and take over the banks should still remain same.
Yes.
So people should not panic.
People don't need to panic.
Okay, your last word for Nigerians watching us in diaspora right now?
All right, to Nigerians in diaspora, Nigeria is a great country. Nigeria is blessed. We have a lot of prospect, and Nigeria is heading towards greatness. So we believe that Nigeria is going to be one of the top 20 economies very soon.
Okay, thank you very much for giving us this honor.
Thank you very much.
And we really appreciate you. We'll be calling you time to time to come on this program.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Viewers, it's been an interesting discourse with the financial analyst, and of course, he's been able to tell us that, look, if you have your deposit at Sky Bank, don't fear. We've had assurances from the bank management. All you need to do is call them and ask for the situation, and they will be able to explain to you, because CBN has been able to take over the management of that bank. This is where we have to roll for a short break. We'll be right back. We have another guest in the house. Don't go away.
What kind of house or area do you dream of living in? Have you considered living in Green City? A gated community with paved roads and greenery, a comfortable suburban neighborhood, with a serene environment and with private parking spaces, 24-hour security and electricity. Isn't that the dream right now? Well, with Green City Sherry, here's a dream you can afford. Green City Sherry offers quality residential accommodation at affordable prices. So whether you're single, starting a family, relocating to a better environment, retired, or an investor, we have a home for you. Get your beautiful flats and townhouses from as low as 14.9 million naira at Green City Sherry. For more information, contact us on 0812-994-0746 or 0812-994-0747. Think home, think Green City.
Welcome back to the last segment of the show. We've had quite an interesting time on this program. It is Personality with Larry every Saturday on Ben TV, the first ethnic satellite TV station in the UK. We are talking tourism now, and I've got an expert in the house. There's an international tourist conference coming up in Lagos, Nigeria, very shortly. We're going to be talking about the prospects and how it's going to be good for Nigeria's economy. We have an expert here, Mr. Solomon. How are you, sir?
I'm good. And
yeah,
you, brother?
Yeah, you've been doing this for quite a while, promoting Nigerian tourism to all over the world. How have you been able to do that?
Well, it's not been an easy thing. But you know, you have to do something you have real passion for, and because the passion is there, we'll go all the way to look for a way to bring out the tourist attractions of Nigeria, tourist information and tourist education to the people out there. You know, first, since the passion is there, we'll put up personal efforts, because it's not very easy for you to get what is really needed, like in the Western world, where you bring out the concept, the organizations are there to tell you, okay, what do you need, the fund, the finance, the whatever, the logistics are provided. Here's a personal thing. We started gradually, had a website, started publishing the activities, started publishing what we know about tourism, started a kind of orientation to the people, because tourism in Nigeria is like a virgin area. Though you have a lot of tourist authorities and boards in Nigeria, but I don't really know exactly, to be fair and honest with you.
Okay, we have to come now. Boosting the tourism sector needs a lot of finance. I mean, huge finances.
Of course.
You got to have good roads, good hospitality business, and a lot of things in place. In a country where we don't have all that right now, how do you steadily boost the tourism sector? Yeah,
that is why we are coming up with tourism activities like the conference, the workshops and seminars and all that, to talk about the need for all this to be in place. In fact, the government need to know that infrastructure is needed, because you're talking about destination tourism, trying to promote destinations. The government really need to come in there, provide good roads, provide airports, provide security and all that. They are really needed. They must be there. But the private sector as well should know that it's not just the government alone. The private sector should come in. Forget about the oil. Forget about these turnaround businesses you can invest today and get tomorrow. Invest in hospitality, infrastructure, hospitality and tourism businesses. They will pay you.
Okay.
Yeah, they
I
will.
know you've had a visit to Dubai and you've seen what they've done with
Of course, yes.
in the country. Can we ever have that kind of thing right there?
It is very possible. It is very possible. I give you an example. If you're traveling along the Badagry Expressway in Lagos, you have the International Trade Fair Complex. It used to be a forgotten area in the past. But right now, if you go there, you have about 3-4 mega ultra-modern complexes, trade complexes, where you have the Auto Spare Parts and Machinery Dealers Association, Shopping Plaza, you have the Balogo business, you have the article dealers, you have the Mandelas, you have the progressive traders. That place was lying fallow. It was just an empty place with a little infrastructure provided by the government. These traders came together, put their resources together, constructed that beautiful place.
Okay, fantastic. But people who want to come to Nigeria for tourism will like to go to Ikogosi Spring. They want to go to the inner places, historical places, and you know, we need to have very good access roads to that area.
Yes, you are very much correct. I tell you, Olumorok is one of the most popular tourist attractions in Nigeria that people easily go to because it's accessible. You talk about the Ikogosi Spring, it's accessible a bit too. You talk about the Dore Hills of recent due to the effort of the Ondo State government where Dr. Wanle Akimboboye, who is a tourism personality, I give it to him. They now modified the Dore Hill and is now a mini resort. Yeah. But if they don't take time, it will go down.
Why
now, if they don't take time, it will go down because I visited there twice. So far it's booming now, but there is continuity. You need to continue to maintain. There's need for maintenance culture. Once there is good maintenance culture, it will continue to grow and visitors will continue to be there. And sorry, I want to take you a bit down to Gurara Waterfalls in Niger State. Beautiful body of water, second to none in the globe, but no good road. You have just one-way entrance to Niger State and the place is by the right. There is no facility, no security, there is no hospitality outfit there. You go to Anambra State, you have there is one cave, they have the Ogbunike cave. You have there. The time we visited there, we had to take a motorbike. Vehicles can't get there. And when you get there, the place is so bushy. But when you go like 232 steps down below the sea level, you find a beautiful cave down there that tourists will want to get to there and see what's happening there.
So that comes to the point of this discourse that you want to hold an international tourism conference here in Lagos sometimes this month. Tell us about it.
Yeah, the program is tagged Commercial Stroke Agro-Tourism International Conference and Gala Dinner, taking place at 4 Points by Sheraton next Friday, 15th precisely, at Victoria Island there, Oniru. You know, because we want to continue to create tourism awareness that, look, this is an industry. We look at the commercial area because businessmen will want to invest where they will get money, where they will make money. If you're talking of pure destination tourism that has to do with core infrastructure, good roads, 5-star hotels, and all that, the private sector will shy away. But when you talk about commercial tourism, talking about the kind of investment in tourism that can yield money, even if it's not yielding immediately, but at least the payback period is not too far, they will be happy. They'll be happy to hear that you can invest, open a pub. They'll be happy to hear that you can open up a garden like you have the Namwe Grand Resort. That's a beautiful one. Money comes every day. You have the Lakampan Tropicana Resort. That is a beautiful one. Money comes every day. Fantastic. They need to know that there are investments like this that they can come into. Agro-tourism, we talk about it, greenhouses. You go to Philippines, you go to China, you have greenhouses in Holland where you can plant your cucumber, your tomatoes, your flowers, and within a short while you start reaping. And tourists will always go there to visit such places and they pay money.
Okay, since you have this vast experience about tourism, you've been there for a long time, you've been in that business for quite a while.
Quite some time.
For a lot of Nigerians in diaspora watching right now, if they want to contact you for their tourists visits to Nigeria or any other destination in Africa, how can they do that?
Well, it is a very simple thing. We have our phone numbers. If we're allowed, we can mention it.
Just one.
080-230-37133.
Okay, do you have a website?
Of course, yes. www.tourismworldinter-national.com. www.tourismworldinter-national.com.
Okay, if we have to work with the Minister for Tourism, what will you be telling him right now?
Well, I give it to him already. The current Minister for Information, Arts and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, started on a very good note. He called up a tourism summit last month. That's a very good one. He deserves an award. We've told him that. From there, a serious sensitization took place. And a lot of people are now thinking twice. What do we do? How do we do this? You know, that's a very good one. So if I have the opportunity of having serious discussion with him, I will tell him, please, sir, we're here to partner with you. There are things we can do to carry the tourism industry to the next level.
Okay, fantastic. We appreciate what you're doing. Of course, we're going to be there on your day to actually showcase what you have to offer in terms of bringing in international stakeholders or investors in Nigerian tourism. That's a very nice idea. We'll be there.
And of course, we want to use the opportunity to invite those in diaspora to please come. We have the foreign mission here, the embassies, they can come around. They need to come around. Investors, students should come. It's a day, full day. In the morning, we have a brief workshop and seminar, and then in the evening, the major event, which should be ticketed, but in the morning, free of charge. The evening ticketed symposium and gala dinner, where we'll have a lot of discussions, learning, networking, and fun. It's going to be fulfilling.
Thank you for coming
You're
on
welcome.
the program. Thank you
very
for sharing
much.
your thoughts with us.
Thank you.
Viewers, if you're in Nigeria next week or in the coming days, please do endeavor. If you're free, you can go into the program. It's going to be at the 4 Points Sheraton, somewhere in Victoria Island. It's a very popular place. We are going to be there as well to showcase it. Hope you enjoy that bit of discourse with the man who wants to explore more about Nigerian tourism. This is where we have to wrap up this edition of Personals with Larry. Keep watching us every Saturday, and don't forget that this program is being powered by Zillennium. Zillennium Homes is a fast-rising property real estate business in Nigeria. And of course, they are giving us the opportunity for Nigerians in diaspora to have a home at next to nothing. They are doing a promotional deal now. You need to call them, the numbers on the screen, and get more information regarding what they got to offer. This is where we have to say thank you for watching us today. Next week is another day with us. Keep watching Personals with Larry.